everybody, how's it going? Welcome, my name is Amanda. I'm excited that you're here today. For this video, I'm gonna be downsizing some plants. So in my own spare time, not filming, I've downsized almost all of my alocasias and just like duplicates in my collection, things that I was propagating, stuff like that, in hopes that that would make me feel like my office wasn't as cramped, but it still feels crowded in here. And I know one of the reasons it's so difficult for me is I'm going through a home renovation. So my husband and I bought this house and we're literally rebuilding it from the studs out ourselves. We both work full time. We have 2 young kids. We still have a life. So it just takes a really long time. So I don't have like a living room or a kitchen. Well, I mean, I do, but I don't have like a regular setup since it's like an ever evolving renovation space to place plants. So the majority of my plants are in my office, and then I do have a couple like in my kids' playroom. But besides that, there's nowhere else for me to put them. And so I feel like I'm holding on to plants just because I could put them upstairs, but I knock stuff over in here all the time. Like it just, I don't know, it's just too much. So I don't know how many plants I'm gonna downsize, but I'm gonna be pretty ruthless. There's a couple plants that I do want to keep like a top cut of for myself because I want to start that plant over. But then the bottom cut I'm going to let go. So that was a pretty rambly intro for this video, but I just wanted to let you know where I'm coming from and why I feel I need to get rid of so many plants. So before I change my mind, let's go ahead and get rid of some plants. Okay, so a couple plants I've already decided. I know this is like way cute, but it's wet. But a couple plants I've already decided to get rid of are my Hoya Wilbur Graves. So this one I've actually already said in a video that I was gonna let go of it, but when it went time to like post it up, I was like, do I really just want to give this away or do I want to keep this plant? And I second guessed myself, and so it's still here. But for real this time, this is going to a new home. I don't know. I want something that's more variegated. I really want the China. So I just need to stop. Like, it's fine to not have this plant. It's fine. So this one is going. The other one that I have up here is a duplicate. This is a Hoya Nova Ghost. So I do already have another one in my Acrobar cabinet. So I don't need this one. So this one's gonna go too. Okay, so I just brought this down here and I'm actually keeping the other plants that are in here. So, sorry, didn't need to come down here. The next one is actually really hard for me, but it is my Philodendron Florida Ghost. So, this plant I think is so beautiful and I've been holding on to it. Whoa, I almost just dropped it. But I've been holding on to it thinking like, oh my gosh, this would be so cute in my living room. This would be a cute plant to put in like a little corner in the kitchen, you know, but I don't have enough space for like these long petioles. It's still pretty juvenile, but it does take up a lot of space. So I don't know, but see, now I see it like on camera and it's so pretty. I already decided though that I'm gonna let this one go. So maybe once I finish my living room and my kitchen, if I find a space for it, this will be a plant that I purchase again. But just for right now, my sanity and having a functioning workspace is just so much more important than keeping another plant just because I want to keep it, that I have to just let it go. Next up that I've decided is my Monstera Burl Marks Flame. So this one I'm not going to get rid of. I'm going to take this top node right here and cut this like top section off for me. And then I'm just gonna chop up this whole plant and I don't know, get rid of it by the node. It upsized a lot from me putting it on the pole, but full accountability here, I have not been caring for this plant how I should. Like it's in a space where it's not getting enough light. So because of that, it's upsized, but there aren't any like fenestrations or anything on it. And for it being on its second thickly pole, it should have at least one fenestration. So I'm just gonna start over with this one, and instead of trying to start over with the whole thing, I'm just gonna take a top cut and get rid of the rest. That way the top cut can fit in my Mills bow. And then as it gets bigger, when it comes out, I can find a home for it with the right conditions so that I'm caring for the plant as it needs to, not as what's convenient for me. What emotion is it when you feel sad and relieved and also happy at the same time? And also motivated? I don't know, because that's how I feel right now. Okay, so next up is going to be my green form Hoya Crassi. I do have the splash and the inner variegated, so I don't really feel like I need this one. This one also, I'm pretty sure, just has white blooms, so it's not like there's anything super spectacular if it blooms that I'm gonna be missing out on. So this one I'm gonna let go as well. I just got home from an 11-mile bike ride, and I take my kids like in the carrier, and sitting on the floor like this hurts my legs so bad. It's okay, I'm doing it for the plants, right? But anywho, the next one is my Ficus Shiveriana Moonshine. So this is another one that is just, it makes me feel so guilty because this plant I purchased like 2 years ago and it is still so tiny because I just haven't given it the proper conditions. So this is another one that I'm going to take a top cut of. I'm going to start it over and then I'm just going to get rid of like the bottom cut. If you watched my philodendron care day video, I admitted that I'd never done like a prop box before. So I did do one with like some random nodes that I had, and I'm really excited. This is actually a chunk of a Jose Bono. I decided to throw that in there to see what was happening. But I mean, that was like, I don't know, a week ago maybe? And so I can't believe that a growth point already sprouted on this. So 5 years into the world of planting, and this is my first time with the prop box. So we're for sure keeping this one, but then when the plants grow, what am I gonna do with them? I don't know. Okay. So I believe I already said this in this video, but I did downsize the majority of my alocasias. I don't really have very many left. And this is one of them. This is my Alocasia azulani, or is Aslanii. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, but this one I think is so beautiful. This is a jewel alocasia. So I do want to keep this one, even though it's very hard. This is like the 5th time I've grown it back from a corm. But I really want to do like an alocasia terrarium, and I think this will do really well in that type of setup. So even though I don't take the best care of this one, I still have one more like Hail Mary idea that I want to try before I fully let it go. This one is a variegated Aria Poly, and I'm not 100% sure I'm ready for this one either, to let it go. But this is an Alocasia Jacqueline, and I was going to let it go the last time, but I stopped myself because I just think this is like such a cool plant. But I'm on the fence of letting it go or not because I know how huge this will get. So it's like, once this sizes up, where am I going to put it? So it's fine to just ignore it right now, I guess. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this one? I just think it is so interesting. I love the texture. I love like the deep veination in the middle. I just think it's like, I don't know, kind of gothic looking. I don't know, but it's very unique, and I don't have a lot of plants that look like this. I also really love the stem. So you know what? No, what? There's too many pros. Keeping it. When it gets big, I'll figure out where to put it. Maybe by then I'll have a kitchen. Who knows? But too many good things. Keeping. Not doing very well in the Millspoke habit so far. So next up on the letting go list, I think, is my Anthurium Silver Bush Dorachii, something like that. It has just come to my attention recently that I am not the best caregiver of Anthurium. Like, I totally scorched these leaves, and I don't know. I just don't really know what I'm doing. So it deserves better than I can give it. Like, look at how busted this is. So, sorry, my friend, but you're out of here. This also makes me sad to see this. This is my Philodendron El Choco Red. And again, this is a plant that I have not been taking care of, which is why it's like so leggy and random and I don't know. So I'm going to take a top cutting of this one as well and give away the rest. This is just sitting in a puddle of water. See what I say about not caring for them correctly? Here we have, there's a saucer of water, just chilling. Gonna borrow your pot. So this is my variegated Syngonium chia pence. And honestly, this thing has been more of a hassle than I feel like it's worth, but I refuse to give up on it. So even though it's not really variegated anymore, the stem is highly variegated. Like, look at all that variegation in that stem. Let's remove this dead leaf so you can focus. But see, there's so much variegation in here. So honestly, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a top cut, and then I'm gonna take all of these leaves off and the nodes, and I'm gonna throw them in that little prop box I just showed you. Impulse decision, that's what we're doing. Wow, these leaves are kind of hard to pull off. When I see people, like other plant people, pull off the leaves to propagate, they always make it look so easy. Okay, so I'm gonna chop in between these nodes. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Hopefully something cool happens. Making a dent. This is starting to feel really good too, because I feel like my plant preferences have really changed. Like, I'm not really into super large plants anymore, or plants that require a lot of like investment time. I really do like plants where I feel like I get out of them what I get back. You know, like for example, this azalani. Even though I've started this plant over so many times and I've had it for like a year, there's still so much like learning that I've gotten from this plant that I feel like the investment is warranted, because I'm getting so much back like in knowledge. And so I don't feel like I'm done with this. But like that Syngonium that I just chopped up, literally I've tried 3 or 4 times to bring out the variegation. So at this point, if those nodes don't bring it back, I'm fine that I just don't have that plant anymore. You know? So that is making me feel really good thus far. If you wanted like a how are you feeling check-in, there you have it. This will be really fun too, because I've been wanting to redo my Millsbow cabinet and bring in some plants that I just have in like ambient, because I feel like they would really enjoy it in there. And honestly, as I've gotten further along in like my houseplant journey, I really enjoy greenhouse care. Like, I like the maintenance of a cabinet, I like the aesthetic of a cabinet, and that is my preference for a lot of the plants that I grow, is to have them in this type of environment rather just in random places around my house. So by downsizing and just accepting that there are some plants that I don't know how to care for, or I don't like to care for, it's really allowing me to lean more into something that I know I really enjoy and make this cabinet really cool. So that's exciting too. Okay, then I have these 2 shelves left. This is my variegated string of hearts. I'm keeping that. These are 2 more anthuriums right here that I'm honestly just not caring for. Like, this is a pap of some kind, but look at that. I totally scorched this leaf too. So I have a new growth point coming down there at the bottom. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it, but I'm hoping that I can save this one. I just watered everything, so I know it looks really wet. I promise they're not like dying of root rot. But even like this one, so this is my, what is this? A luxurians, I believe, but it's starting to get like this brown crisping on the outside. So maybe it really is just like too much light. I need to find, oh yeah, look, that's super burnt. I really like the look of these 2 anthuriums though, so I'm hoping that just by moving them away from the light and maybe moving them further down in the cabinet, I'll be able to give them like the care that they need and keep them in my collection. So we're gonna hold on to those ones. I do have this other Wilbur Graves Hoya that I'm getting rid of. And then all of these Hoyas right here too are gonna go. This is like a, or maybe not this one. that one is staying, but these two are going. Okay, then this is one that I already said I was gonna let go too, but I was kind of undecided. So this is my Hoya Sunrise. I potted this one up earlier today in just like a different situation than that cheetah or leopard planter it was in, but I'm gonna put this one underneath the grow light over here. So if this one does not sun stress and doesn't stop looking super wonky, I won't even tell you. You just will never see it in my plants again. This is the last chance for this Hoya Sunrise. Somebody in the comments, I'll try to go back and find it, but somebody commented on that last downsizing video and they were like, a Hoya Sunrise is only a smash if it's sun stressed. I uncontrollably laughed so hard at that comment that that's what's making me try again. So thank you for interacting with me and making my day and keeping this plant in my collection. This one right here, I'm getting rid of. This is my Jose Bono. This is just the bottom cut. So this one I did in my philodendron video. It has 2 new growth points on it already. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it, but there's one down in here and then there's another one right in here. So I feel comfortable now letting this one go because I know that its roots are fine, it didn't shock, and it's growing back. So that one I'll try to give away to somebody too. And then the last one is my philodendron Brazil. So these are all just cuttings. I've just had them in a cup of water. They're super rooted in here. But it was just like as that Brazil, the mother plant over here, as it's been growing out, I just will like cut it off because my kids would play with it or whatever and put them in this cup. But now this is seriously like a 4 or 5 inch plant at this point. This is no longer just cuttings. Like somebody could take this and hang it up in their house and it would be so cute. So this one deserves to go somewhere else instead of just living in a cup of water randomly on my shelf. Oh, and I lied, this is actually the last one. So this is a plant that I got from Bridget. I don't even know the name of this Hoya, but I do not think it's cute. So I'm just giving this one to my friend Sierra. She already said she wanted it. But yeah, I don't like this. So goodbye it goes. I feel really good right now. So I'm gonna go post these in like my local Facebook group, see if there's any other people locally to me that would like these plants. Maybe I can, nope, I cannot do a swap. So maybe I'll ask for like $2 a plant or something so I can buy some trellises. I do need to get some pots, some trellises, and some fertilizer, I think, or plant supplies on my list. So maybe I'll do that. I will sell these plants for plant supply funds. And that's how I will make it still be a planty fun thing for me. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Damn.